Well, what is up, Big Birds fam? It has been a long time since my ass has been on here, for sure. I felt like I've aged a little bit in that time, but Sixers basketball is back. Finally, you know, it's finally happy to be back down at the center. Awesome watching the Sixers and the new look Sixers, might I add. Wow. We kick it off with our arch rivals, the goddamn Boston Celtics. But awesome to finally see us back, dude. I love it. And must I say, I was highly impressed with this Sixers team. Sixers team. And Ben Simmons, y'all know how much my criticism of Ben Simmons is, but good God, that kid, look, this team is serious this year, guys. This team is serious. I've all had major criticisms for Ben Simmons. I have nothing to complain about this kid. He looks phenomenal. The way he was able to take it to the basket. His workouts look good, but you know how all that goes with the shooting and all. But his release does look good in those workouts. I think that loss to Toronto was a must. It definitely was. I think it helped this team mature and kind of get themselves in the mindset of, okay, we can't just be these young cats that come in here, young guns, and we're going to own the league. But sensational. The defense on this team was outstanding. The turnovers or whatever, I'm not going to criticize anything with this win tonight. I thought that the tenacity was there, and it's so finally nice to see a guard not dropping 30, 40 points on us. Bye-bye, J.J. Redick. You can take that money and go down to NOLA. We didn't miss it all tonight. The only thing that does worry me about this team, and it did before, even with the offseason, with all the signings, it's nice that Al Horford's an awesome player. I still didn't like the amount of money that we gave him, but if they can work it out like they did, he's a good defender. He's a good post defender. He can stretch it out, even though I think we were, 7 to 29 from downtown. But that's the only complaint I had about this team tonight is we weren't able to get – we had open shots, but they weren't able to knock them down. And that's the only concern I have about this team is who's going to be able to hit big shots when we need them. Now, Tobias Harris is going to have to be able to step up into that position because he got all that money. But I like the way he played tonight. I know he had his mind over the offseason. He wants to be known as a two-way player too. Josh Richardson, I thought was a nice add, even though I kind of had my complaints about that too. But he's a great defender. He's long. He can, and we're going to be great in transition too. But this team's still going to need shooters, I think, and that could come at the deadline. There's not going to be a big splash like this past all season before the trade deadline when we got Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris and stuff. But I still think we need to add outside shooting. And Thibault, as you know, I wasn't a big fan of that pick, but that kid is nasty on defense. If he can learn to knock down the shot, I don't think his shot is as bad as I thought it was. If he can somehow find a way to consistently knock that down, yikes, because he is a pest everywhere. He is all over the place. I enjoyed seeing what he's going to be able to add to this team. If he can be pesky and get shots like that, it's in transition and all, but overall awesome. The rest tonight were horrible. Way too many fouls on both sides. I thought there was bad calls all the way around. I didn't think it was lopsided either way, but it slows the game down. But awesome team win. It's a way to kick off the 2019-2020 season. Loved it. And it was finally nice to see no dribble handoff, right? The only play out there to be a dribble handoff. Not going to miss that at all. Yeah, J. Rich was great on defense tonight. Love what he can bring on the defensive end because Jay didn't bring any, and that's why we were always getting torched. Last year, we wouldn't set on the three and kept shooting, even though it doesn't work this year, and attack the paint. Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to be able to attack the paint. Josh Rosen was nasty with those blocks. Was Thibault with those blocks. It helps Embiid out, too. What's up, Cowboys X Factor? But I think this team could be something great. it's one win, right? And you get all excited about it, but just to put this team down, how good is Boston? I still think they're good. Not as good, obviously, because they lost the biggest piece in that gave us trouble, which was Edward. He always dominated Embiid, so it was like, did we kind of just give him all that money to come over to our team and eliminate that one issue? But they don't have Kyrie anymore, obviously. I don't think Kemba is the player Kyrie is, but he's going to be able to be a guard that's going to be able to light it up, but he didn't do anything tonight. It was a lot of Gordon Hayward and Tatum, so their wings did some damage tonight, which I still think if we could add that athletic wing that could shoot the three, that could come off the bench, you know? And then Kyle Quinn coming in and doing some work, huh? Coming in and nailing that three. I didn't know he had that in his arsenal. I know he's a big bruiser. He's like a dump truck coming in there, smashing people out the way. Any concerns? Perimeter shooting, good start. Oh yeah, I've off season when we signed Horford and stuff. I was upset that we gave him all that money because I thought we could have used that to get some outside elements to this team that can help. He can stretch the floor. He's a good post defender. He's got that veteran swag. You know, and I don't think, and he's a good backup to Embiid. He can really help you in that sense. But the outside shooting, I still have a little bit of concern. If Josh Richardson and Thibault too, if he can knock it down, but if Josh Richardson and Toby can be able to shoot like 35%, a little bit higher than that, I think we can be okay. But you need that outside threat that's going to be able to knock it down almost every time, close every time. The depth that we have on the bench, I was hoping to see a little bit of Smith out there too. Zaire, because he's going to be an athletic guy that's going to be able to get into the passing lane, much like Thibault. You know, we got two guys that can really just be tenacious on the defensive end. Can this team be as good as that Detroit Pistons team of the 04-05 era? You know, which is, I think, one of the best defensive teams I've ever seen. They could be. But we do not have to worry about defense in this town anymore. And it was such a huge Achilles heel. And Ben, the way he's, again, one game, but the way he progressed I'm just baffled, and I'm happy to finally see it. And Embiid's on the right track, too. The way they were able to mature, like I'm stuttering, the way they were able to mature after that loss, they've taken great strides, and I think that's what you need out of your superstars, right? And Ben even took a couple shots. I know everybody's got to be happy about that. I know I am. You know, we don't need him going out there shooting lots of threes, but he did the turnaround. He was great tonight. He was able to be aggressive and be a true point guard and go right to the hole. That's exactly what we want. Do not be afraid. And we were able to sit and beat, right? Sixers is going to be underrated. Hell, you know, Celtics is better. Is out there saying, I know a lot of people, and this is what scares me, though. A lot of people picked the Sixers to go all the way to the finals. There was a lot of hype with the Phillies in the offseason. Picked them to go to the World Series. Same with the Eagles. A lot of hype picking the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. Well, look what happened to those two previous teams I just said. Phillies kind of scutter-butted out of there. Didn't make the playoffs. Eagles ain't looking so hot right now. Season's not over yet, but they look abysmal without D-Jacks. So I don't want that curse to be put on us by the analytical people or the analysts. But they look really, really good. Really good. A long season, though, guys. I hope we can bring this tenacity, especially when you have that energy getting fed off at home. But they were hungry tonight, and they deserve this win. I hope they can bring this tenacity, this intensity every night, night in and night out. Same Ben Simmons. If it doesn't have to be put on Embiid's shoulders all the time, if he can take a little bit of that workload off like he did tonight, that's the Ben Simmons I want to see night in and night out. He disappeared in big games last year, especially during the playoffs. I don't know if we're going to get that out of Simmons. I don't know if we have to be worried about that for Simmons this offseason. Or during the offseason, he worked on it, but during this season. So I mind Jay Rich. That's right. Yeah, I don't like that. I still think we have an issue. Good point. That's another issue we have. I don't want Jay Rich to be our back point guard either. I think we have to somehow find a suitable backup. I don't think Raul Neto is the person to do that. You look at the roster, who really can be this backup point guard? Can Trey Burke? I don't really think so. He's more of a scoring guard. He could be a little bit of a punch off the bench, but we still have to be searching during during the season. If somebody can somehow pick that up, if we can get big leads, get a special look at somebody, or we're going to have to make a trade for somebody. But they played big minutes tonight. Simmons played 35. SIXERS played 38. The rebounding was outstanding. We crushed the Celtics on the boards almost by 20, I believe. We had, 60 or 61 rebounds. We are one of the biggest teams in the NBA, height-wise. And after losing Horford, the Celtics got smaller, a lot smaller. So they're a little bit of a wiry bunch, but we're going to see what happens. When we beat the freaking Celtics, when we beat Boston, it's always a great time. And to dominate like we did. And the refs kept them in it there a little bit. We're getting them fouls. But we got the front season free fries tonight. I like to take the flyer on Jay Crawford. I would love to have Jay Crawford here. Bring him in here, definitely. I'm loving Minshew. Definitely loving when I'm out of Minshew. You know? Jags ain't looking so hot either. They're hot and cold. They're still a little bit away from making a real push, though. But they almost lost to the Bills last weekend. It was a little bit of a boring game. They're not going to the playoffs, so don't have to worry about that. They're very, very small. The Celtics definitely whiffed. I'm surprised they didn't offer Horford more money. Uh-oh. Got to turn my car on. But we overpaid. I don't even say that anymore. That's the thing of the past. We gave him a lot of money to come over here and to get the pest that has been in Embiid's side this entire time over on our side. So I don't think you're going to see Embiid and Horford on the court a lot at the same time because he can be such a good backup center. His ability to pass the ball, you get smaller, do a little bit of small ball. I mean, he is a very good fit just for that amount of money. I don't know. Could have been spent on shooting. We got Korkmaz. Is he going to take the next step? But I would love to go out and get Jamal Crawford. The guy is ball. He can run your backup point. I don't care if he's 39 years old or is he even maybe 40 at this point. The guy can score buckets, and he can run an offense. He's a savvy vet. He's been on playoff experience. I would definitely love to give him a flyer and put Raul Neto down in the G League or whatever. Embiid has put in work. He's eating healthy now. He's lost some weight. He's energetic, and he's looking to eat down on the post. That's what we've been crying for so long. We wanted to be down on the post, work it inside out. That's what we need to do with Embiid. And I love the steps. Even Coach Brown is taking huge steps. You know, who doesn't miss the dribble handoff to J.J. Redick every single time, making him such a huge part? Or having Kemba Walker or any other guard going off for 50 or 60. That ain't going to happen no more. Not down to center. Not anywhere. This defense is nasty. They get up on people. They are hungry, y'all. They are hungry, and I love to see it. You think we'll be able to match up against the Clippers? I don't know. That's a tall task. They still have arguably the best player in the NBA. I still think the Clippers probably have a little uptick on us, but I don't know. Clippers look really good last night. They've got a good team. They've got a great coach. And Paul George didn't even play last night, and look what happened. So as long as you have Kawhi Leonard on your team and you surround him with some nice pieces, he's got a way better team with the Clippers than he had with the Raptors, I believe. But Raptors, they're out of our way. I want to see the main cog that's going to be in front of us. I definitely think it's going to be, obviously, Milwaukee. Yep. Brett Brown is growing too, guys. Yeah, LeBron, he's taking a seat back to AD now. Oh, Jay Rich is definitely a team player. Look at Butler. He didn't even play tonight for Miami. You know, I did really not like seeing Butler leave because he brings that element of being that go-to guy at the end of the game when you need a big shot. But I'm hoping and praying Tobias Harris can step into that role. He's more of a team player. Jimmy is a me player. Always has been. You know? And I definitely wanted Jimmy to stay here. But it is what it is. It's moved on. I really didn't like how he handled things. I think he would do that. You figured a player might mature, but he did what he did. I didn't think he would, and he proved me wrong. And now he's in Miami. But we got Jay Rich. Time to move on from him. I would love for Jay Rich to develop a shot and be able to be a consistent three-point shooter. That's what I mean by that. But transition, this team is going to get into the passing lanes. They're going to be pesky. They're going to get in your way. They're long. They're athletic. I'm telling you. It reminds me of that Detroit team with Chauncey Billups and Big Ben, Tayshaun Prince. Pesky, that kind of mess. I think Kyle O'Quinn's the enforcer. That dude's a bulldog. No, he's a Great Dane. That guy is just like, remember Tractor Trailer? Showing my age, but you guys remember Tractor Trailer? Kyle O'Quinn puts him to shame. He's just a big old nasty guy. Pushing people out the way. He's a dump truck, yo. He's nasty. But Mike said, you see, they bring that swag, though. They're nasty. They got toughness to them. That is what we need on this team. And nastiness, you know, you don't want to be looked at as soft. Yeah, but he was always in an argument, just needed to stay away from the toxic energy. Who are you talking about, Jimmy? Jimmy's gone. The hell with him. What's up? Yeah, dude, this team's awesome. This has got me so hyped. The defense is there. Huge weakness that we've had over the years. Letting them three-point shots, letting the three-point line just be an opening for teams that just drill us and get up big. Not no more. We've got long, athletic guys. I'm very impressed by Tyle. I really am. You know, he went to college 4 years. If he can develop that shot, I was happy to see him hit that corner three with that guy in his face, too. Once we eliminate those turnovers and shoot a little better, sky's the limit. Absolutely. First game, though, you know, I didn't want to be too tough on him about the turnovers. A little sloppy, but I think they were so hyped, so hungry to get this season started. You're going up against the Celtics. You're at home. You're in the new center. The center got a complete new makeover, so if y'all have been down there, go check it out. It's dope. That mega screen is sensational. This team is just so hyped. The energy in the center is above and beyond. Look, I can't even talk. Above and beyond the loudest I've ever heard. I still can't hear. He did not take any threes tonight. He was extremely aggressive, though, taking one-on-one matchups. He had a lot of nice moves. He had this one nice move where he made a spin, and he should have just dunked it. He threw it into double coverage. Oh, shoot. Sorry, Rave. My bad, bro. You missed Boban. Come on, man. Kyle Quinn. He's the new fan favorite, I'm telling you. You go see this bull. This dude's a dump truck. He's nasty. He can take up space. He's going to be your enforcer along with Mike Scott. They got swag. He's going to knock you out. And I had no idea he had that three to his element. He come in here and just pops a three right in Boston's face. Like they didn't know who he was. Like they thought he was just going to be an energy guy, clean up the boards and get measly little dunks. Now he's like in your face. I'm going to add it to here. What's good, bro? We got to go to a game this year. For real, yo. We do. Definitely. You know, since your Cowboys beat the Eagles, I know you're happy about that. It just gives me this newfound confidence. Horford brings element. You know, he's got that veteran leadership that he can bring in here. He's not toxic like Jimmy Butler did to the team and everybody else, unfortunately. But he brings playoff experience. He can stretch the floor. Great post defender. That's the best part of his game I like. And he's a great passer. Can pass out of anywhere. I haven't seen Fultz. No. We got to leave this saga behind, guys. The Jimmy Butlers, the Fultz. I know they're always going to be tied to us, but got to chalk them up. God knows what Fultz is going to be. You know, it's cool that he's in the court finally. So good luck to the Magic with that. They click is unstoppable. Exactly. He scored 12 points. Good for him, man. I wish Markelle Fultz the best. I wish it would have worked out here, but it is what it is. We got this team that we got to focus on now, and I wish the best for him. He might be a bum, but it's nice to see him out in the court. You know, was it bogus with the injuries? It was toxic here with everything that happened. No confidence. He was soft. See, we got confident players in here. Horford was really vocal on the floor and off the floor. We need veteran leadership, dude. It's huge. I think that gets overlooked in this game. Perimeter defense was outstanding tonight. It's been a leaky sieve for years now in Brett Brown's offense. Huge. And we're working it down into Embiid. definitely awesome. You know, Embiid got popped in the face. I held my breath on my nose. The mask is coming back out. You know, Phantom of the Opera is coming back. But he was able to rest Embiid. You got confidence in Horford, whereas we had Boban in there, who was slow defensively, really didn't have an offensive game, couldn't stretch the floor. Sucks to see him go, but you've got a guy in Horford that's making a ton of money, but fills a lot of holes on this team. So I'm definitely happy to report that this team, I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to be like all the professional analysts and say we're going to the chip, but it looks promising, guys. Looks very promising. Think we better without. Oh, of course we're better without JJ. You know, what do you get? You get that great scoring option or the ability to stretch the floor and hit the three, but you know, the way he's not able to play defense and give up so many more points, I would rather take the defense over the shooting. I was hoping JJ would take a discount. We could have him come off the bench to be that veteran shooter, but he got greedy, didn't want to be a team player, and bounced. I think he's improved that part of his game to Tobias. He's way better defensively. We've been nice, but now we have no liabilities. No, we don't. No more defensive liabilities, and don't sleep on it. I still think we're going to make a move during the offseason, or not the offseason, around the trade deadline to get shooting. But I'd love to see them pick that up. If we're able to knock down shots. We're not going to be shooting 7 for 29, I don't think, every night. But it's not instilling confidence in me that we're going to be able to knock down good looks. We had a lot of good looks tonight. Wide open shots that we should have hit, and we didn't. I was mad about the money for Horford. Yeah, so was I. That's the only complaint about it, Horford. No, I bitched and complained about that Horford got way too much money. That's why I didn't want him. I still think he's making a lot of money, but he is a good fit. If he was able to take a little less, he didn't. So we basically had to overpay to get him out of the way for Embiid, you know? Because he was such a thorn in Embiid's side for the longest time. But he's a great post defender. And look at the size difference. I think Bullock and Ellington are good targets from New York. Could be. You know, I don't know what we have down with the Blue Coats. I know Elton liked to stock that down there. It's kind of like a little farm system. So I know we got a couple three-point shooters down there that could possibly come up. I do like Shake. I wish Shake Milton could develop into like a backup point. I don't know if that's going to be able to happen. I do like Shake as a player, though. Horford, great passer. He's a very good passer. Played decent tonight. He did. He didn't play great. And you have 50 points. What do you have? 16 rebounds. He was great off the glass. We do have, Mariel Shayok, I believe, is down with the Blue Coats. He can shoot it a little bit. But we backup point is very crucial, too, right now. I don't want to have Ben, even though he's mad young, playing like 40 minutes a night. Don't want to burn him out too much, but love what I saw out of that. All right, guys, I'm going to head up out of here. Great win. Sixers win by 14. We outscored them 3 out of the 4 quarters. Defense looked great. A little sloppy with the ball, but I think it was because the team was so checked up. The energy was really flowing down at the center. They're excited about the season, and they wanted to stick it to the Celtics. Huge rivalry. It's been for before I was even born, from the beginning of time. But we got that one matchup on them. Kyrie's gone, but we handed it to them tonight. Because their biggest offseason acquisition didn't do anything tonight. 0 impact. 12 points for Kemba. Don't sleep on Kemba. Kemba's a really good player. I've watched him since he was at Connecticut. That dude's a baller. He can score the ball. He's great off the dribble. He can shoot, and we shut his ass down tonight. It was huge. All right, guys. Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. New look Sixers. Do you think we're going to go to the chip? It's a jinx. But this defense could be one of the best I've ever seen in the NBA. Next to the Detroit Pistons from 04-05. Peace!